everyone. How are you doing today? I'm so glad that you could tune in for this live presentation. With myself, I'm the marketing manager here at Digital School Technical Design College. My name is Jessa Tracy, and we are joined by an amazing guest today, which is also a Digital School alumni, which is amazing. This is Gary Schulte. He'll introduce himself in just a moment here. But just a couple of housekeeping things before we start. Gary's going to be kind of going through and doing a great presentation for you guys. So that'll be amazing. And I'll let him do so in just a second, like I said. But just to get started, just so you guys know, if you do have any questions about anything we talk about in the presentation today, we will be sending a follow-up email that has a link to Gary's LinkedIn. So you can ask him any questions you have directly, which is awesome. In addition, if you have any questions about digital school, how to get started with us, we have a lot of links on the page. I'm sure you've heard about it in any of the on-demand videos we have. So at the top, there is buttons to talk to an admissions advisor and book a meeting with them, or you can request more information. So yeah, if you have any questions regarding digital school, feel free to do that. And if you have any questions directly for Gary or about his experience at digital school or anything like that, you can reach him at his LinkedIn, or you can just look him up yourself separately from the link that we'll send you as well. I'm sure it's just your name, how it's spelled here on the screen, Gary.
I think so, yeah.
So yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to do that. But without further ado, Gary, I'll let you kind of take the reins on this, and I'll pop back on at the end.
Okay.
Let me give you the screen here. And also, Gary, sorry, just thank you so much for joining us today.
Yes, no problem. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, and if you want to tell us maybe a little bit more about yourself, I guess, apart from just being a digital school alumni.
Yeah, for sure. So right now I'm the national VDC manager for Maple Reinders Constructors. I've been working with Maple Reinders for around 8 years now. Like I'll get into my presentation and talk about that a bit more.
Yeah,
But I was born in Edmonton, raised in Kamloops. Now I'm living in Kelowna. Run a department of the BDC team across Canada. Our team is growing. The company's really taken off with the VDC BIM experience, and we're working on a lot of our projects now, incorporating my team, and it's going really well. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us today, and I guess telling us a bit about your experience and everything like that. But I will pop my screen off.
Okay.
And your presentation is good. I can see everything, so we're good to go.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
Let me close this out. All right, so again, thanks for having me. Like I said before, I'm the National VDC Manager for Maple Reinders. Today, I'll be talking about kind of my journey from digital school and how my career has progressed from there. So like I said, I'll talk about digital school, became a draftsman, then a project coordinator, part owner of a business for a couple years, then became a BIM coordinator, and now leading into the National VDC Manager that I'm in now. So in 2008, 2009, I attended digital school. What really drew me to that course was, at the time, it was a one-year course, so I knew that I'd be able to get into the field a lot quicker instead of going to a 2 or 4 year course. I just didn't have the time. I was already into my 20s, and I wanted to get working. So I found digital school online. And what I liked about the course was that it offered a variety of courses. It wasn't just AutoCAD or 3D. We learned about lasers, or kind of scanning and surveying equipment. We learned about the building code. We learned about various different items that I'm still using today in my job. What I also liked was the courses. They were engaging. They kept my interest. All the professors were easy to track down, easy to talk to. And in that time at digital school, I was able to design my own dream house. It was one of our projects near the end, and in doing that, I really got to be creative, scour the internet for kind of all the concepts that I wanted, and in doing so, it really allowed for me to bring a strong portfolio to any interviews after I graduated from digital school. And leaving digital school with an architectural technician certificate really helped me develop into the role that I am now, but also get into the workforce quicker, like I mentioned. So after digital school, I had an interview with Habitat Studio. Again, bringing my portfolio that was brought from digital school. I showed them the dream house that I built, and Habitat Studio is a custom design firm in Edmonton. So I got the job there in 2009 to 2012. What I liked about working there was it was a fun and exciting environment. We would take the head designer's drafts and put them into AutoCAD. We were also using SketchUp for 3D modeling at the time. What I liked about my experience there was it was a lot of AutoCAD work. It was a lot of 3D modeling, but it was all custom design homes. So it wasn't just taking one house design and kind of shifting a wall or changing out windows or things like that. It was full-on custom homes, one of a kind. And in the process of my time there, we got to start designing basements, like the feature stairs, which was pretty cool at the time. And they pushed us to be creative. I think without my experience at digital school, I wouldn't have had the AutoCAD experience, and I wouldn't have kind of understood the 3D world of working for a residential company, and utilizing kind of the skills that we were taught. From there, I kind of wanted to get into the construction world. That industry excited me, more commercial side. So I joined Maple Reinders as a project coordinator in 2012 to 2014. At this time, I kind of left the AutoCAD and 3D world behind. I wanted to get more experience on actually how things were built, and the construction industry really interested me. It also gave me an opportunity to work with my younger brother, who was also a project coordinator at Maple Reinders at the time. And it kind of allowed more room to grow professionally, because now I'm getting the working experience on sites. I'm understanding the sequencing of a concrete pour, or when the structure of the building actually goes up compared to the siding and all the windows and the glazing. So I think that's a really valuable experience that I can bring forward and teach my employees about. But during that time, I still had the desire to work in 3D and in the BIM world. But at that time, it was still quite new in the industry. So the company wasn't ready to start a BIM team. There was an opportunity to become a project manager, but that really wasn't where I wanted to take my career. So without the opportunity to really get into the BIM VDC world, I had an opportunity to join the family business, and the experience was exceptional for me. I had no interest in doing sales at the time. I really didn't like talking on the phone. I didn't like sort of interacting with sub-trades. I was a bit timid. But in those 2 years working in the family business, kind of all the sales jobs, all the marketing, all that stuff was on me. And I also got to bring in the 3D and AutoCAD element, taking all of our floor plans and putting them into AutoCAD, creating 3D models of what we were trying to sell. And it really helped us get to the clients and visually show them what type of product they'd be getting. In 2016, 2015, the oil market crashed. I was still very interested in the world of BIM. So I approached Maple Reinders again to see if they were willing to start a BIM team at that time. So in 2016, I joined Maple Reinders again as a BIM coordinator. The team started with me and another member from Maple Reinders. So he took on the more managing role. He had more experience in the industry. So he was the manager in Mississauga. I was located in Edmonton. But at the time, because it was still so new in the company and in the industry, um, we worked on various projects with little impact. We didn't really understand how to take a clash detection and pass it on to the project team. And at the time, we weren't really set up to grow in the company. It was all very new, so it was hard to get the company's buy-in when we weren't producing results. A couple of years later, by then, our team grew to 5 people, and the manager at the time, he left to go to a different company. So at that time, an opportunity opened up for me. So I wrote a business plan. I talked to the managers and the executive team, and I told them I wanted to take on the manager role. So I was given an interim VDC manager title. So what I did was I took our entire process, kind of revamped it all, and after doing that, I was given the title of National VDC Manager, and we started to see results. We started to do a lot more clash detection. We got into 4D scheduling, and now I've grown the team to 10 employees. We've introduced surveying, drones, and laser scanners. So I'm not sure if this is all the type of stuff you guys are learning at school, but it's all valuable stuff. So learn how to use the total stations, learn how to use the drones. The industry is growing, and we're continually trying to improve and grow the team. I'm looking at growing the team out west, so there's going to be some opportunities coming up quite soon. I have a really good team in Ontario and out east. But like I said, we are growing the team out west. We have hired a digital school alumni. She's doing really well within the company. She's taken our business development side and really grown that division of what we're doing. So she works with all of the business development managers doing all the renderings and fly arounds, 3D walkthroughs, and it's really shown to be a huge impact when we're trying to land work, because we're working straight with owners. We're showing them what their building could look like before it's built. We're giving them the opportunity to change things so they can see all these changes live within our rendering program. So if they want to see their colors changed or their logo moved differently on the building, we can do that on the spot, and it's done right away because it is all live. So there's exciting times in the BIM VDC world. A lot of the companies now have taken it to new heights, and I think digital school is a very good stepping stone in your career. But what I've learned is kind of your first job coming out of digital school. It might not be your last, but it's a good opportunity to get into the construction industry or the residential side or the civil side. Maple Reinders does a lot of wastewater treatment plants, pump stations. But what you can do is, if you take the architectural side like I did, it doesn't mean you have to stay on that side. You can get into the wastewater treatment plants, the civil side. There's always an opportunity within organizations to jump around and learn new things. But I definitely recommend digital school. It was vital in me learning how to use AutoCAD, how to use 3D, and I use that stuff every single day in my job. It's given me the knowledge to pass down to my employees, and we're seeing really good results with them. And just overall, the VDC BIM world is just a fun place to work. Finding a clash on a project that the design team or the consultants didn't find. We just had one where we found 2 clashes on a project, and it saved the project team over $100,000. So for my team to be able to do that, it shows that we're understanding the construction process, and we're also a vital part of the team. That's it for me. All my information's here down below. Thanks, Jessa, for allowing me to present today, and looking forward to more opportunities to connect with students of digital school. And as you mentioned before, reach out to me on LinkedIn, or my email's there as well. I do recommend signing on to CanBIM. They have a think tank. They also have task groups set up where you can join one of the think tanks and help them do the research for anything that we're looking to engage in or make better. I'm part of a think tank in the general contractor side of it, and we're trying to standardize careers in the industry. But like I said, reach out to CanBIM and join a task group. And yeah, thanks again.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming on and doing this. I know that it's really interesting to hear a little bit more about your experience in the industry and what that's looked like and kind of your path to where you've got. So
Yes, thank you.
yeah, thank you so much for joining us and doing that. If you guys do have any questions about getting in contact with CanBIM, like Gary was just talking about, please let us know. We do also work with CanBIM as well.
Oh, right on.
So yeah, so we're more than happy to help in that process as well. But yeah, like just to reiterate, like I said, if you guys have any questions about anything we talked about today or digital school, there's lots of links on this page to meet with us, talk about it, request information. We're more than happy to put you in contact with Gary directly or CanBIM, or just talk more about getting you started in digital school and along your own career path in this industry. But yeah, also, like we said, we will be sending out a follow-up email with more of Gary's information and his LinkedIn, so you can connect and talk with him there. And thank you so much for joining us today, Gary,
Yes,
and
no problem.
watching.
Yeah.
It's been great, and we look forward to, yeah, having you again, hopefully soon.
Yes, you bet.
Thanks.
Anytime.
Have a great rest of your day, everyone.
Okay, thanks. Bye-bye.